Now I'm gonna go to circuit, kickball talk.
I feel like I need to sit on a pillow.
And all right, we're in circuit kickball talk. And you guys can now like take that link. It's on our YouTube screen and also on those groups, and you can share it with anyone as well if you have like a team page or something.
How do you copy on Macs again? What is it? Command what? C?
C. And then paste.
Okay.
Whoopsie.
All right, we are on.
All right.
Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Virginia Beach Pillow Talk podcast for 2017. It's coming up this weekend. I know that it's an exciting tournament because it's a new location and there are 10 women's teams. And although it's a somewhat small tournament, I think people are viewing it as one that has a lot of competition. So with no further ado, I'm going to introduce our guests. I'm Macy, and if you guys could just start saying your name, it'll pan to you, so I don't say your name for you. So go ahead when you're ready. Introduce yourself and say which team you're playing for this weekend.
Okay, I am Barbie, and this weekend I am making my introduction on high beams.
All right, welcome, Barbie.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next.
Tag.
My name's Ashley. I have an availables team. I'll be playing on Lady Litperdies, and this is my first tournament since CCC from my ACL tear.
Awesome, welcome back. Yay.
Thanks.
And I'm Allie. Obviously, it's my home tournament, so I'll be playing with Ish, and hopefully we can kick something out.
Awesome. And Allie, as kind of the home host in Virginia Beach, do you have any must-sees, must-do, must-eat for everyone that's going to be coming in, visiting?
So typically everyone does a escape room, right? So there's one in Virginia Beach. There's one also on the other side of the water in Hampton. There's a couple good breweries. I like Smart Mouth. They're in Norfolk, so that's pretty close to Virginia Beach. O'Connor's is another one, and then Ouzel Finch is in Hampton. So those are pretty good breweries too that I really like to hang out at. Probably Ouzel Finch more. I like that. They have a nice outdoorsy feel, and they allow dogs too, so that's always nice.
Cool. Okay, great. All right, ladies. There's going to be a ton of time for kickball talk. But before we do that, I think that sometimes all of us in this kickball world get overshadowed by the sport and no one knows anything about what we do in real life. So, Allie, do you want to share with everyone what you do outside of kickball? It could be professional hobbies or a little bit of both.
So a couple people know I bartend and serve at Outback, and then I also do volunteer assistant coaching with Hampton University's soccer team, the women's team. That's really what I want to kind of get into is coaching. So this fall we'll definitely see if it's something I have enough of a drive to do and enough of the knowledge. And if I can afford my lifestyle that I like, not so much the kickball lifestyle, but functioning lifestyle on a salary, which isn't very much for those of you who know or aren't aware, but that's kind of something I want to dabble in and see if I can handle it. So
cool. Kickball is truly a lifestyle. I like that. Ashley, what about you?
So I work from home. I do medical billing and coding for neurosurgery and orthopedic surgeons throughout the U.S. I work for 10 hospitals right now, and I have about 22 physicians that I work for. So it's pretty fun. I like it. I get to travel and go wherever I want, forever how long I want. So a lot of people know I was up in Alaska for 5 weeks, where I was born and raised. So got to go there. Sports-wise, you name it, I play it. Besides cheerleading, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that's a real sport. Do gymnastics, and then I'm there with you. But my opinion.
All right, awesome. All sports except cheerleading. Got it.
Yes.
Miss Barbie.
Yes, I am an accountant at a golf course down here in LA, Lower Alabama. And just play local kickball. How to do it? Just local kickball around the league, and kind of a nerd. Watch a lot of movies, and outside of that, spend time with friends. Maybe a little bit of sewing. Get a little crafty sometimes. Getting crazy, you know.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks. I try.
Cool. And like Ashley, I work from home. It's a lot of travel. I'm a qualitative researcher, which is really fun. We do anything from beer tastings to figuring out the future of technology. A lot of writing and video and audio creativity. So I love it. And I watch a lot of reality television, you guys. Like, I'm obsessed. I have for a really long time, and I'm really not ashamed to admit it. I really enjoy it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
So when we go to Virginia Beach this weekend, I know that Allie mentioned doing escape rooms. That's certainly something that I love to do. I know that the lunar eclipse is going to be passing through. There is supposed to be a pretty decent view from Virginia Beach on Monday if anyone's still going to be there. But besides that, Ashley, what are your travel plans and anything that you have going on this weekend besides the actual kickball tournament?
Well, I'm already up here in Virginia. I've been here for the past 2 weeks.
Nice.
I think I was in Jacksonville for a week, so I maybe have been in Florida for a month so far this year. But no, I'm already here. Actually, my travel plans today, I went and bought water for people who are coming up, so I did my Costco run.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, I'm really excited to get back into it. So I'm ready for this weekend. It's been a lot of FOMO going on. Paid that year subscription. I'm pretty sure I've watched every game.
Nice.
That's all available. It's bad.
Awesome. Barbie, what about you?
Well, I've had a crazy work week, so I'm making that Wally World run later tonight before I pack, get ready to fly out Friday morning. Hang with Allie and some of the other lovely ladies, and hopefully get some beach time, a little bit of relaxation before the crazy tournament kicks in, and give it my best with everybody else. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Allie, how many people are you hosting this weekend?
I believe the final count was 13 people, I think. 13, 14 people. So it'll be a nice little snug fest. Something.
It's going to be a lot. Those cuddles. I like it.
Snugs are real.
I know. People are going to be fighting for a couch cushion. All right, you guys, getting into this weekend, looking at our pools, we have 2 pools of 5 teams, 10 teams total, which means 8 make it out alive and move on to eliminations. And I think that looking at some of the rosters for this weekend, we're seeing some new faces on some established teams. I know, Barbie, you just mentioned that it's your debut on High Beams.
Yeah,
Let's talk a little bit about recruiting, what it takes to find someone recruiting to your own established team and what it takes to be recruited, how that approach goes. Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it, all based on region? Barbie, maybe you could talk a little bit about it since you're a great example.
Well, definitely with this is my first season actually doing women's this year, and with I've been playing just on established teams the entire time. I was like, oh no, maybe I'll find a team. I've met some fantastic women in the process and everything, and just going out there, getting good pointers, taking advice from, the other veterans out there, because it's so different from COA, what I've been used to playing the last 5-6 years total. And when being asked to join the lovely ladies on High Beams, it was a little easy transition because I'm actually in the region. Surprisingly, I don't know if there's anybody else out there that plays in Alabama, but I'm one of those people, and they lovingly took me in, and I'm super pumped and ready to give it my all for them and everything on the field. So definitely excited to be with these strong women out there.
And you're one of the rare cases where you were playing kickball and you had been doing co-ed, but technically had you not played on availables because women's is considered separate from co-ed, out of region recruits can happen too. And I know that some teams look for that, look for the ladies that are just playing co-ed. And I know that you said this was your season. Allie, I know Ish is Virginia Beach based, and a lot of us think of it as kind of a reemergence of VA hustle. But why don't you talk a little bit about recruitment as well?
So it is a little bit. We took a couple of people from Hustle. Originally, it was kind of only like maybe 4 of us, and then we kind of found it hard to find new players. And new players, not just new players, but new players who were going to commit to more than just the home Virginia Beach tournament. So we didn't just have girls that would have maybe like a team of like 17 who were going to go to Virginia Beach, but then not go to Jacksonville with us, or not going to go to, if we were going to try and go to Atlanta, not going to go to Atlanta, maybe not go to Austin. And then when we didn't, like right away, when we didn't ask set group of girls to go, we kind of like stepped on some toes. That's always hard. And then some of the girls started a new team. So then they started pulling from other girls. So it's good because now we have another team that I don't know if Darkwing is the other team, the Darkwing Ducks, that some of the girls we didn't pick up did end up making their own team. And I don't know if it's going to be a CCC team or if they're just doing just Virginia Beach just have another one. So it did allow another team to join the tournament,
So
but
all regionally based Darkwing Ducks.
Yeah, they are all region based. I mean, I believe so. I maybe need to check the roster, but I'm pretty sure that they all are. But it's kind of hard. We're struggling to find backups for the key positions more so. So we have our solid ones, but you can't play them, all day long. So that's something we're kind of struggling with. Hopefully we can figure that out, whether it's not this year, but maybe next year. Because it's still the first year of us trying to do a new thing. And it's hard not having Courtney because she wasn't able to do Jacksonville because she had just bought a house. So that didn't work out. And then we couldn't do, she's actually out of town along with Jean. So they have a family vacation, so we don't have her. But we'll figure it out. But it's kind of difficult, I think. At least in our area, because we already have Union and like the DC teams who are established and have great girls. So it's kind of hard. We need to like pull more towards Richmond, I think, and see what's in Richmond. I'm not sure any of the established teams really pull from Richmond that I know of. But that's probably a big area where I bet there's a lot of kickball people who play locally, but maybe don't even really know about the travel circuit.
Right. And Ashley, I know that, so I believe you're on the newer Jacksonville-based team too, or you're not?
No, so actually, so the last team that I played on was Lip Service, and that was back last year, JKO, and we ended after that, and then so the girls ended up forming Raging Cheetahs, and so for Jacksonville this year, I was just a non-playing coach because I wasn't cleared yet. And I asked the girls if they wanted to do Virginia Beach, but there's only a few people who wanted to go. And then Atlanta, they want to go, but no one wants to go to CCC. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, so I decided if I'm going to actually do women's, I'd like to be on a team for CCC. So I actually put in a transfer today. So we'll see if that happens or not.
Okay. And you're going to keep us in the dark for where that transfers to?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, speaking of teams going to CCC, let's talk about who's making it out of pool play in Virginia Beach this weekend. So we're not going to go all the way through everything at once, but I do want to hear who everyone is thinking makes it to the 8. And that really means that we're just leaving 2 teams behind. And then I'll just remind everyone of the pools. Pool A is Union, Remix, Don't Touch My Virginia Beach, Ish, and Darkwing Ducks. And in Pool B is Bomb Shots Unleashed, High Beams, DMV 18, Lady Liberty, and Victorious Secret. So as you guys kind of go through your top 8 picks, tell me a little bit about what makes these teams so strong, people that are on the team that you're looking forward to see, or just kind of all-around comments. And Barbie, let's start with you.
Gosh, going through everything, it's like going through the rosters, and granted, I've met a lot of new ladies this season, playing women's, but there are a few familiar names in there for me from co-ed. So for me, it was just going through that and watching the majority of these ladies perform out on the field and just like ball out. So do you want me to give like in no particular order?
You can do it however you want. Yeah, if you want to give it
Sure.
order, that's fine too. Or if you want to, I mean, we will get down to the 4 and 2 and 1 eventually. So whatever you feel comfortable with.
Sure. So you go crazy. All right. So just looking at like this, the strength of all the teams and ladies, there's a lot of phenomenal athletes out here. And so going through it all, no particular order, like I said, put in the top, all 8, I have Darkwing Ducks, Don't Touch My Virginia Beach, which I can't not giggle at that name. The Union, Bum Shots Unleashed, High Beams, clearly I'm partial. The Remix, Lady Liberty, and DMV 18. I like these this little mix, so we'll see what happens.
All right, so you're leaving Ish and Victoria's Secret out. Is that right?
I am for this one. Going from what I know and who I know and what I've seen so far with women's even being new, I'm going.
That's great. No wrong answers here.
Yeah.
All right, Allie, you want to maybe take a stab at it? I'm sure you might have a few different picks in there.
Just one different change, really, but you know. So for my top 8, I mean, I really don't, even just in general, I don't understand how Don't Touch My Virginia Beach got ranked 6th. I really thought they'd be ranked higher.
It's this girl named Alicia DeJulia.
That makes sense. Makes so
Alicia!
Alicia!
Down.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Okay, there it is.
Now it's on the open. Everyone said it. Macy said it. So I have them in the top 8. Bombshell, The Bomb Unleashed, whatever their name is. The Bomb
Shots Unleashed.
Bomb Shots Unleashed. Union, Remix, Lady Liberty, DMV, High Beams, and then Itch are my top 8.
Okay, so you're leaving out Darkwing Ducks and Victoria's Secret. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, Ashley, do you have anything different?
I'm the same right there with them, with Allie.
Any particular comments about any of those teams that we didn't hear about?
The one thing, I'm trying to think, High Beams, actually, I'll be really surprised to see how High Beams does because I know they only have 11 players coming. So, but they have a strong roster. But I know it's going to be hot here. It was hot today.
Yeah.
And I remember when we did subs with 9 girls in Arizona, and that was awful. I hated it. So, but it was fun. I mean, I had a lot of new people there, but I wanted to do a smaller roster, but no, I needed more girls. So, more power to you. That's all I have to say.
All right, High Beams coming in with 11 players. I also had the same picks for my top 8. I did see some familiar names on both Darkwing Ducks and Victoria's Secret, and I am no stranger to a pool play upset, so I would love to be surprised. But I think that we have a lot of similar picks for the top 8, and with that, it's going to kind of lead us to, I can't decide if it's my least favorite or favorite part of
Jesus.
podcast.
He's looking for pictures.
Oh, Lord.
Looking around.
Going to our first round of Marry, Fuck, Kill.
All right. Cheers, ladies.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. You can have your...
Cheers. Cheers.
For everyone who can't see what my bottle says, just so you guys know.
This is probably Cheetos.
And it is.
Oh, man, I'm trying to make my screen smaller. Okay, well, I really wanted to show the pictures of each of these men. Hold on.
Joy, my favorite.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh. Where'd she go?
What happened? Our host
Alex
doesn't
boot her because she has no girls.
Is Macy Bay?
No, she just dipped. I don't know.
She dipped.
She dipped out. All right, Barbie, looks like you're the new host now.
First podcast ever being
You gonna
thrown
pick-
under the bus.
Oh,
This one, there she is.
there? Okay.
Hello, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
Nice to
all
you.
right. To avoid any really bad technical difficulties, I think I'm going to have to skip the pictures of the people that I picked for Marry, Fuck, Kill, and that really sucks.
All right, everybody pull up their Facebook then and get ready to Facebook stalk these people.
Got it. Ready.
It's really about
Ready.
showing our international viewers, just in case they don't know them. But all right, the first Marry, Fuck, Kill is going to be a Kickball 365 admin panel. So we
Okay.
are looking at Steven, Tim, and Jimmy Bush, who is actually helping to run this particular tournament. Once again, that is Steven, Tim, and Jimmy. And if I can figure out how to show their pictures, then that will
What's
be
Steven's last name? I feel bad for not knowing, but I don't know.
who?
Steven's last name?
Ozier. Probably said that wrong, but that's
That's right, I think.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's correct.
okay. So, Ashley, you are the lucky first lady.
Yay. Okay, let's see here. This is kind of a tough one.
Huh.
Cora, I am sorry, but I will marry your husband. Don't be mad at me. He's really tall, and that could help me because I'm only 5'3". So, let's see.
I found out how to show their pictures.
Okay, show the pictures for the
Got
viewer.
pictures?
Keep,
Okay.
keep talking, Ashley. Said you're going to marry Steven. This is Steven, everyone.
Yes, I'll marry Steven.
This is Tim. Oh, guess who he's with in that?
Hey, would you look at that?
Oh, well, we know who she's marrying.
And lastly, here is Jimmy.
Oh, shoot. I guess, well, Jimmy and I, we play on Evolution together, so I don't feel like getting dirty looks from him. So, Jimmy, we're going to have to get it on.
Oh, God.
I know.
Jimmy.
I'm going to throw a bowling ball head. And then, no, I love Jimmy Bush. He's awesome. And then Tim, we've had some great times at the bar, but I'm going to have to kill you. But we'll drink beforehand.
All right. See you, Tim. It's been nice knowing you.
Damn.
All right, Barbie, what you got?
Well, clearly we're already dressed up very nice in those picture from that wedding, so clearly I have to marry Tim.
All right.
Sorry, Cora, I'm going to have to get it on with Steven, old former Garg's teammate, cool, nice person. Sorry, Cora, but Steven and I are going to have a moment. And sorry, Jimmy Bush, I love you to death, but I'm going to have to kill you, my friend.
Dang. Peace out, Jimmy.
Dang.
Oh, no.
Bruce,
Love you. Mean it.
all right, Allie, what you got?
They're so close, all of them. I mean, really, it's a tough decision. So I don't know Steven personally. So I think I'm just gonna have to nix him. I don't know him. It's unfortunate. I know. But and then Tim's interesting. Same with Jimmy. Funny enough, Jimmy did just text me today asking about availables for Atlanta. So it's sweet. He thought of me, right? That's sweet.
Yeah.
So
Top of mind.
I think those two really are. It's a tough decision on which one I'm gonna have to fuck. Close battle. So let's go ahead and go. Jimmy seems caring. He thought of me, so I'll marry Jimmy, and I guess that means that just leaves Tim.
Just picture him with a vagina. You'll be fine.
Kind of a little different, but you know, whatever. Make it work.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
drunk.
sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I really always struggle getting through these, but I'm just gonna go really fast and do it.
Go
I think I will marry Tim. He's a really nice guy, and I think he'd be really considerate of all my wants and demands. Steven is one of my buddies, fellow Southern California man. Also very sorry, Cora, but I think just out of comfort, I'll sleep with him. And then that just by default makes me kill Jimmy, which will actually free up the space in our Virginia Beach house team this weekend. So. And that's it. So we're gonna move on. There will be a round 2 coming up. Do not worry. But I do want to talk a little bit. Speaking of the guys that we know and play with and against, I want to talk a little bit about what it's like being a female that plays competitively in both co-ed and in women's, which most I think do. There are a few women who play just one or the other. But let's talk about what it feels like, our role on Saturday versus our role on Sunday, things that you wish we had, or difference makers, or things that make you really enjoy each a little bit differently. Allie, let's start with you.
So this weekend with Stitch, in case everybody doesn't know, it's my co-ed team. I play with Situation. We're missing our most important player, Danny. She's gone this weekend. Runner-up, Gene, he's gone too. So that's always tough. But so I'll probably be playing for co-ed because Danny is gone, and the Duncans will be here. Jen will probably be in left field, and I'll more than likely switch an inning with whoever the other right fielder is. I can't think right now of her name. So I'll probably rotate the innings off and on. And honestly, the way I think of co-ed is just like, let's just move the runner. Like, I'd love to get on base. That'd be great. But it's not something I 100% will die if I don't, I won't be upset if I don't get on.
And
so
sometimes offensively, you feel like your role is a little bit different.
Yeah, especially than in women's. It's a different role. And then defensively kind of the same for women's and co-ed. I mean, for Ish, I'll be playing catcher / outfield depending on the situation. And then for Stitch, I play in the outfield. So the same thing, track the ball down, get it into my cutoff as soon as possible. Definitely tires you out a little bit playing all day. I mean, I plan to play all day all the time. So it tires you out for the next day, for sure. You have to come up fresh and, get a good night's rest, but that doesn't ever happen, of course. So.
Well, for some of us, it does.
Barbie,
what's kind of your take on the difference between being a female on a co-ed team and on a women's team?
Co-ed team, yeah, like Allie said, you're part of the team, play a different role, completely different as far as moving people around the base. I completely agree with her. I love being a part of the just camaraderie in general, just pumping each other up, getting each other excited about the game. For co-ed, it's different with those crazy fast pitches coming in. So, there's some pitchers, man, I struggle with, but I like to try to compete as best I can. With women's, so different, but I absolutely love it. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed it, joining it this year. And but it is definitely tough playing both days back to back. I'm like, man, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I totally feel it. Especially Monday. I'm literally rolling out of bed, trying to stand up. I was like, all right, where's a body heating pad and I'll be good. But I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world though.
Awesome. Ashley, any thoughts on the difference between the two?
Well, I haven't been able to do any of that this year, but last year, going from one to the other, it was fun. I don't think I could ever do, because for women's, I did charging sometimes, or I did pitching, and I felt like hell the next day. So I don't think I could ever do women's before co-ed. I'd be dead. But I don't mind. It's nice. I play left field normally for co-ed, so sometimes I can get a lot of running in if they get past our third baseman. But for me, it's not too bad. I'm okay with it. I think I'll have to thank soccer. Playing 6 days a week helped me out a lot with that. So, but women's always killed me. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I often feel like in co-ed we have fewer moments that we're involved in the play, and so they a lot of the times feel a lot bigger. Like you have one shot to catch a really important ball or one shot to get on base. It's not over and over again, where in women's, it cycles through quite a bit. So a lot of times I feel even more pressure in co-ed just because you don't have as many opportunities.
Yeah, you have that one shot.
One job, don't fuck it up.
Have a good day.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said have a good day. Don't fuck up.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. And I don't think that like any of the captains or coaches treat it as such, but I think that it's a pretty standard understanding that you don't want to be the one out there that like doesn't get that one ball that comes to you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that some of the teams, Barbie, you weren't actually considered a transfer because you didn't go from an established team, but some of our teams that are coming this weekend do have new transfers. Empire officially did dissolve, formerly based out of...
Weren't some out of Atlanta before?
I think
I wanted to say Atlanta. I apologize if I'm getting the information wrong about where they were based, but they did officially dissolve, and I know that a lot of those girls have transferred to different teams. And before we talk about, you're welcome to talk about any specific people who have transferred, I want to get everyone's understanding and interpretation of what the transfer rules are. I did want to have someone on the rules committee come and speak on the podcast, but because they do have certain confidentiality, they were a little bit worried that they would say something that they weren't supposed to. So instead, we can kind of give our interpretation of it and maybe get feedback and work to all have an initial understanding. So Ashley, what's your understanding of what a transfer takes to go through or why one wouldn't?
Well, this year I didn't have to necessarily do a transfer request. Well, I'm going through one right now, but I had to get approval to be able to play with Evolution at CCC just in case something came up where we couldn't play in Virginia Beach or Atlanta, and just so happened we're not playing in either of those. So I had to get a waiver to make sure that I could play with them for CCC, and luckily I got approved with my history with them and whatnot. But I get it. I understand the whole transfer and everything. It works, but there's some regions where it hurts you, and there's not much for you. So like for Florida, for example, as of right now, there's only one team signed up to go to CCC, and that's Bombshells. And I'm pretty sure they already, for sure, I know they took on 2 transfers. I don't know if they took on anyone else from Empire.
Right.
So it's very select. There are multiple teams in Florida, just not everyone's going to CCC. So, and I would be stuck in Florida, but I'm trying to transfer out of region to C. So, fingers crossed.
Okay. Allie, what's your general understanding of what a transfer that's allowed, why it would be allowed?
So I don't know a whole lot about it, partly because it's just the whole thing kind of confuses me, and then people argue because they don't know the definite rules and whatnot. But so what I've kind of got an understanding is a person leaving a team, I think from what I've heard, you can't be like a huge impact to the team. If the team lost you, it wouldn't devastate the team so much, and then you couldn't transfer up in region. So like I wouldn't be able to, this is maybe making a bold statement, but because I'm the catcher for Ish, I wouldn't be able to leave and then transfer to Union because Union's in region and they're up. But I don't know if it matters for in region or if it's out of region. Like I don't know if that applies or not. Because I just haven't looked into transferring at all or anything like that. So it just didn't ever come up for me. And I know that it takes a while back for the transfers to get heard back. Like I know that Stephanie for Union was waiting a while, but just signed up just in case for Virginia Beach with Union because she was hoping it would get approved. And I don't know 100% that it has or hasn't. I haven't talked to her recently about it.
She got approved.
But she had signed up before hoping that it would, you know what I mean? Because she still hadn't heard back from it, which is I think it's kind of crappy because what if it doesn't get approved? Then you've maybe already bought your plane ticket or maybe you've already made arrangements. So it's kind of crappy how long it takes to get approved. I'm sure they have a lot of stuff going on. So the committee does, but.
Barbie, anything to add about your understanding of what it takes to be an approved transfer?
Just piggybacking on what Allie said, I know that you can't transfer up. You can either transfer, to like an equivalent, team to play on. But like she said, if you're like a vital part of that team, you know, it's going to be difficult in order to move up to a better team. Unfortunately, you know, I have been lucky enough where I didn't have to do so. And being my first women, I was lucky enough to just be in the same region, so I didn't have to go through that long, tedious process. But I know it's difficult for a lot of ladies and men to do, and they have taken like you said, a long time to go through. But I hope that maybe we could figure out something soon, so where it won't take as long getting, you know, the T's crossed and the I's dotted.
Right. Yeah, my understanding is that transfers, approval and disapproval are a case-by-case basis, and that a lot of the times the person who's looking to transfer, a lot depends on what their own team and captain says, if they're supportive of it or if they're not supportive of it, if they have former ties to the team that they're looking to transfer to. And again, ranking, region, and I think timing does play a role. I think if it feels as though there's teams stacking before CCC, they're probably not looking maybe to make that approval right away. And I also think that they're making sure that other teams will not dissolve because of it, which is a big thing about the rankings. If you have everyone that can transfer within region to a higher ranked teams, and then you have another team that was really looking to just travel and play and get better as time went on, makes it difficult. So that's why that rule is intact. And again, these are all of our interpretations. So who knows what we've really gotten. And I'm sorry that the rules committee person could not join us, but hopefully they will be watching and can respond to everyone and make sure that we're understanding it well. But to confirm a little bit, I know was part of Empire. She is in the DC region and did get approved for union in time for this weekend. So I'm glad that logistically that worked out. And that should lead us right into our final four and our picks for who makes it from that Elite Eight and keeps going to the semifinals. So Barbie, who do you have advancing from the 8 that you chose back into the final four?
Alrighty, I have, like I said, once again, gonna giggle. Don't touch my Virginia Beach. I have the Union.
It's Virginia, comma, beach.
Virginia, right, comma, beach. The Union, bomb shots unleashed. And once again, I'm biased. I'm proud of our small group, but saying high beams, can't deny those pretty pitches. So.
Pretty pose.
Right. Allie, does yours look any different than that?
No, I'd love to say that Ish will somehow get in there and, you know, anyone can win on any given day. So I'd want to say us, but on paper, it doesn't look like we would make it. So for me, it's the same 4.
Okay. Ashley, what about you?
I will have to go with my team, Lady Liberty. And then I have Bomb Shots Unleashed. Don't touch my Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
And then I have the Union.
Okay, cool. I like it. I also chose the Union. I have them actually taking on high beams in the Elite Eight. And, you know, I think high beams is a ridiculously talented team. And the only reason that I have them not going to the Final Four is because I think they're a little bit cursed somehow. And they kind of whoop ass in pool play and then sometimes don't make it out. And Sins often falls short of that as well. So I chose Union to take on that 4 spot. I chose Bomb Shots Unleashed. I have DMV 18 making a run. I think that they'll do well this tournament. And I do have representing Don't Touch My Virginia Beach. My final 4. And we're not quite going to get into the final 2 just yet because we are going into our second round of mirror.
A mile away.
All right, everyone, take a deep breath. This is I grouped by eccentric sideline personalities in the women's game. This This means these are the guys that you really hear from the sidelines, you see from the sidelines, you notice them. They might be chattering positive, whatever it might be. They might have a rules question. But I think everyone would agree that these three do have quite a bit to say. Whether you interpret that as positive or negative, I think that's everyone's own interpretation. So with no further ado, our 3 marry, fuck, kill choices are, oops, not Jimmy. Number 1 is, this is so small. It's Josh from Plastics.
Okay.
Number 2 is Dave from Lisa Frank. And number 3 is Brick from Flying VJs. All right, Allie, you are up first.
Up first. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. So all 3 of those guys I know and either played with or they've coached. So let's see. That's tough. All right. Josh, I probably know the least, but he also is the most, I think when I see him coaching, definitely the most pumped up and enthusiastic for his team. He has that 2 claps and a rip flare or something like that for his co-ed team, right?
Yeah.
They do that for women's too, I believe.
They do women's too. Okay, yeah. So I know he does that. Definitely enthusiastic, maybe a little extra energetic in the bedroom. Maybe up for some new things. Maybe do whatever he wants to do. So I'll go ahead and fuck him. So that leaves me with Dave and Brick. Let's see. I think I'll go ahead and have to. Brick does have an adorable baby, so produces beautiful children, I guess. So I'll go ahead and let's marry Brick, and then down the line, all that'll come wrong, and kill Dave.
Okay, so you're not going to have children with Brick right away.
Not right away, no.
Okay, got it. All right, Barbie, what about you?
Okay, let's see. Good old Mr. Brickford. I have known that man for a long time. So I would have to say I'm Mary Brickford. I agree with Allie with Josh's thing. He's got a lot of spunk. I know, right? But not in that bad term. Innocently, you know what I meant. Yeah. Mr. Dave, I don't know him at all, even though he wears awesome pajama bottoms. I saw that in Denver. They were solid, my friend. Nice and pink. You rock. But because I don't know you, I'd have to let you go, and I'm sorry about that. But, yeah, those are my 3.
All right. Ash?
Yeah, I'm right there with both of them. I'm going to have to marry Brick. Seems nice and calm from what I've talked to him. I could be completely wrong. And then with Josh, I feel like after we go at it, we'd be, woo! And I've never met Dave, so I won't feel that bad. So sorry.
I just really want to know what the clapping would be giving. And
church.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right. Well, you guys all chose the same. I'm gonna deviate from the norm a little bit. I know Dave. He also has some really cute kids. Think he's a really good husband as it is. So I wouldn't mind just putting a ring on it and taking him on as a hubby. I think he'd feed me some good Kansas City barbecue. So that sounds cool. Josh's enthusiasm is not the reason that I would feel like I would see him in the bedroom. I think I would be scared, but then maybe it would be easier to cut ties after. So I'll go ahead and sleep with him as well, and then just let it go. I am good friends with Brick. I'm playing with him this weekend, but I don't think I could serve my fellow Bombays right if I didn't have the opportunity to kill him and take it. So I'm going to go ahead and kill Brick. Just really being a loyal teammate. Sorry, Brick. All All right, and that concludes the Marry, Fuck, Kill portion. And it's not such an easy transition into my next topic, which is weather this weekend.
It's gonna be wet, ladies. Be ready.
There are some thunderstorms in the forecast, which seems to be a theme for tournaments in the circuit this year. Allie, as the local, what can you tell us about weather and what we should expect this weekend?
So when I looked yesterday, it was like 100% chance of rain on Saturday. I don't know if it was all day. I know there was some, I think, scattered thunderstorms maybe on Saturday. Sunday was supposed to rain too. So, I mean, really just be prepared for anything because it'll rain and then it'll be, before it rains, it'll be humid and hot and just nasty. And then it'll rain and it'll probably feel good. And then it may still be humid afterwards. So I would just bring tents, bring trash bags for your book bags. That's what I normally do whenever I go. Like Portland, I always bring a trash bag to throw my book bag in. Just be ready for basically heat and rain. That's why that's best bet.
Man, you guys are all real nice girls, but I'm not real fond of the weather that you all have in the area.
Yeah, nice and humid.
I really enjoy a nice ocean breeze and 75 degrees year round.
Nice.
All right, Ashley, Barbie, any thoughts on the impact weather will have on anything?
As long as it's not like Nashville 2016 where you could barely breathe outside and like your sweat has sweat, I think we'll be okay. As long as we stay hydrated. Fingers crossed for good things to come.
Cool. Ash?
I mean, just like what Allie was saying, be ready. I know this morning it looked nasty outside. I thought it was going to rain all day. And then before I know it, it's hot as hell outside.
Ew.
So be ready.
Can't wait, guys. Can't wait.
Curly hair, don't straighten it.
Not straighten it. It won't even
The
stay.
frizz is real.
I know.
We're going braids this tournament. Got it. All right, so CCC is coming up in November, but I'm going to deviate a little bit from Kickball 365 and ask if you guys play on the same team for Founders Cup, which is a Waka-based tournament, the same team as you're going to be playing on with CCC. Or if you consider them. Actually, I did not like that question. Damn, I'm sorry.
You got pissed.
Completely separate the two tournaments, Wakapalooza, Founders Cup, whatever you want to call it, and CCC, or if you consider them kind of like a warm-up for CCC. Ashley, I know you guys went to the Elite 8 last year. Are you playing with the same Founders Cup? How do you feel about CCC?
No, Evolution, we're not going this year, but there are players from Evolution that are playing on different teams. I believe our Charger is playing on Flying V's team, and then our first baseman and our left outfielder is playing with, who is it? Hazard. And then I believe Amanda is playing on a different team. So we're kind of scattered out. We just didn't have enough people who were going to commit for it. But they did win again this year, so that was nice to watch.
Cool.
So, but yeah, they decided not to. But last year we went as Evolution, had a couple extras. So wish we would have made it further.
Yeah, I saw that Elite 8 finish.
Yeah.
Allie,
Let's not talk about that.
Allie, do you consider Founders Cup kind of a warm-up for CCC? Is it just a way that you can stack different circuit teams together because there isn't a regional rule per se?
Yeah, so what I think that's kind of what's happening, at least for the team I'm playing for, and then for players from some players from Sitch. Actually, I don't know how. I might just be Karan, Danny, and Jean that are playing with 5-year plan, which is basically Hammerheads, and maybe just those 3 from Sitch. So Sitch isn't going. And then I'm playing with Relax and Big D players. So I flew out to Austin, to that regional. I flew out to Dallas, stayed with Tara, and then we drove to Austin and played. So I qualified with them to play for Founders. So I'll be with them. But that's 2 stacked teams, too, that they're just combining Relax and then Big D. And the same with 5-year plan is just stacking hammerheads and then adding Stitch players too. So I think Founders Cup is a way to just stack teams and see who's the biggest powerhouse with who they have, and who can just rock things up basically, for the most part. But this will only be my second Founders. So
okay, Barbie, have you been? Are you going? What's the deal?
I have been once, and it was when I lived in Atlanta. So it's been many years since I have gone. Unfortunately, we don't have Waka down here outside, like in the Mobile area. But I did see my fellow PI teammates win in Hartford, and I'm very proud of them. Got to watch online while I was at work.
Nice.
And cheer them on. But unfortunately, I will not be going, but I'll be able to cheer and watch everybody else. I know, single tier. But I'll be cheering Pitch Intense on, and just keep everything warmed up and ready for CCC in the process. Yeah.
Cool. I am going. I am playing with my same circuit team. We're Bombays, but we're actually BLPP for Waka. And this is actually my first time playing with them. I've played 8 other times with my Santa Barbara-based team. And making the show up, that makes me feel very old. And so I'm excited to kind of play in a different tournament with them. But I honestly look at it as like, all right, let's get adjusted for what we need to do for CCC. All right, ladies, we've made it to the end. I want to know your final 2 picks. Who's going to go head-to-head in the championship this weekend, and who's going to go home with the belt? Ashley, what do you say?
I'm going to have to go with my team, and don't touch my Virginia, bitch.
And the winner?
It's going to be tough. I'm hoping that we can do it.
All right, Lady Liberty for the win. Got it. Allie, what about you?
So I have Don't Touch My Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach.
Right, sorry. Didn't put the comment
Say
in.
it right.
And then Bomb Shots Unleashed in the finals. And I have Don't Touch My Virginia, Beach, winning it.
All right. Barbie, who do you have?
I have Don't Touch My Virginia Beach and Bomb Shots Unleashed in my final 2. And winner, chicken dinner. Don't touch my Virginia Beach.
Okay.
The winner's circle. I love you, dang ladies. You guys are awesome. So we'll see what happens.
Well, not to sound like a broken record, but I also picked the same 2 in the finals. And to echo Ashley, I went with my gut, my own team that I'll be playing with. Don't touch my Virginia Beach. Hoping that we can pull it out. I do think there's some unbelievable talent, both in the established teams going and with the availables teams. I know that those 2 teams are availables as well as Ashley's. So it makes it really interesting. I think that anything could happen. And personally, I think it's a different ball game when the ball is wet and the field is muddy and, things are a little quicker and slower all the way around. Final thoughts, things you're really looking forward to seeing in the tournament this Sunday, or anything else before we sign off and say peace?
I'm just really looking forward to seeing all the girls come to me this time. I don't have to buy a plane ticket. I'm not spending $500 to backstop. I can get everybody here and have fun and show them a good time. Also, Saturday night at the bar Lunacy is one of my favorite bars in Virginia Beach. It's a blast. I think a lot of people will really enjoy it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to show you guys Virginia Beach. It's nice.
Cool. I'm excited to see it. Barbie, Ashley, any last thoughts?
I'm excited to go back to Virginia Beach. Haven't been back since I was 19. It's been a little bit.
All right.
But looking forward to spending time with everyone. Super excited.
Cool.
I'm ready for this weekend. I already started making Jello shots tonight. So
Jello shots, you're drinking from a watermelon, like dorm room with you.
I promise you, I will be walking around with another watermelon drink on Saturday. I did test it out, make sure it worked out tonight, and I feel great. So exactly, mission accomplished. So no, I'm really excited to get back at it again. It sucks sitting on the sideline. I mean, I love cheering my team on and everything, but I hate not being able to get out there. So, but I'm ready to get back. So
Good. Glad you're back.
Fun. So
Wish you a healthy first tournament back, and looking forward to seeing you ladies. And that concludes our Virginia Beach Kickball Open 2017 Pillow Talk podcast. Bye, everyone.
Woo!
Bye.